2022.
Today is Thursday, our new day, December 8th, 2016. Sorry we haven't been around, but we're back serving you some more of whatever we serve, which is tea and gossip and all that bullshit. And sex, don't forget about that. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back on Gay XYZ. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another fabulous evening here at Gay XYZ. Thank you so much for listening.
Hey.
Donovan, what's going on? I was going to bring you in. Damn.
I can't wait. I gotta be known, make my presence known, as my fraternity
Donovan's
says.
here, bitches.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's cold as hell outside tonight.
Sure
Like,
is. Yes.
it's freezing. It's when it feels like Chicago outside. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like windy and cold. It's like in the 20s. It's freezing here in Dallas, Texas.
I
Okay.
know today was the first day I wore my heavy, heavy coat, like pea coat, cashmere, like heavy coat.
Right. I had like a wool coat.
Yeah.
That and a scarf to work this morning.
I had that on, and I had this big ass Angora sweater on, and I got a shirt on underneath that, and a t-shirt on underneath that. So I am like the coldest natured person in the world. So it's cold to me, very cold.
Yeah,
Seat warmers on, all that shit.
I know. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's supposed to warm up a little bit this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to go back up to like in the upper 40s, lower 50s, which I'm okay with. But this
awesome.
right here.
Well, I know it's unusual. I mean, Dallas always gets cold this time of year, though. People think of Dallas as like such a warm, hot city, and they think of tumbleweeds going across the prairie and shit, and people wearing cowboy hats and boots. But really, it gets cold here in December, January, February. Fucking cold. Yes, every year. Right. So it's not that unusual.
Yeah. You can find tumbleweeds in Del Rio, Texas, if you've ever been there.
Well, if you go far enough west, you can, but that's not most of Texas. And Dallas is nothing like that. So
I know. But yeah, if you go far out west, for all the people who's never been to Texas, if you go out to West Texas, like far out, say like halfway between Dallas and El Paso, which is like a 12-hour difference, so there's a huge amount of Texas in between us, in between those two cities. You can't find actual tumbleweed. Just kind of
you can.
across the road.
It's true. You can, true, and you can find some dry pussy here in Dallas somewhere, I'm sure too. But similar to that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's true. So yeah, thanks again for listening. We decided. Well, we had made a unanimous decision not to do the show last week. We had a lot of stuff going on, so our apologies.
Well, the holidays.
Like I said, we both work. We have actual jobs outside of doing the show. So, and by the time we come around, we were like just to be honest with you guys, we were just fucking exhausted.
I was, that's for sure. I mean, after the holidays and all that entails, and then the stress of all that, and then just going and visiting and all that stuff. By the way, did you end up going home or did you stay here?
I stayed. Oh, let me tell you about this. We haven't had a show since then.
No, not since Thanksgiving.
So,
and don't let me forget to tell you about my drama too. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, I wasn't feeling very well.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll just go home, drink some ginger ale, drink some Sprite, try to do the old homeschool remedy, right? And I'm like, okay, well, clearly this will get better. Well, bitch, it didn't. So then Thanksgiving Day, I get up and I'm puking. I can't keep anything down and everything like that.
Oh, no.
So I was just like, okay, I got to go to somewhere. So there was a clinic that was open, a Primacare clinic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Primacare. They were open on Thanksgiving. And so I had gone there. They ran some tests, told me what was going on, that type of thing. So turns out I had some type of like stomach virus bug thing.
Yeah.
From what I had eaten out like a few days prior to that. So they were just like, oh, we'll just take this medicine and that type of thing, and just make sure you drink just plenty of fluids, because I was like dehydrated by the time I got there. And they, and then, so my Thanksgiving Day, while everyone was eating and was family, I was laying across my bed, recovering and watching TV while dozing in and out of consciousness.
That sucks, man.
So, but then like Friday, I was almost at 100%. I would say I was probably like maybe like 80%.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I felt fine, and I tried to eat some leftovers, whatever people may have had. But I spent my Thanksgiving.
I actually thought about you on Thanksgiving, because I know you don't always go home, and I thought, well, I wonder if Jason actually went home or not, because you said you were going to go. I think you said you were trying to look at tickets or something, and I figured you went home. But I mean, like, I invited you a couple of years ago to go, or was it a couple of years ago? Was it a couple of years ago? Yeah, and then we didn't go. Something happened, and we didn't go.
But see, I remember that because when you guys didn't go anywhere, I went home.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when you guys stayed here, I was like, oh, I'm going home. so
Well, anyway.
It was just kind of like the tables kind of turned. But so yeah, so that happened, and then fast forward to a week after that. Okay, so I'm about to give y'all a little bit of my personal life right now, because I know y'all like that and y'all live for that. So
they live for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, they do. Well, people like to know, personal pieces of your life. So
okay.
So I had these. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this without embarrassing myself, which is not gonna be anywhere around. So I had messed around with this longtime guy that I knew.
What does messed around mean? You had sex with him?
Yeah, sex. Yeah.
Messed around is something you say when you're on the down low. But go ahead.
I know. Well, sorry. I had sex with this guy that I had been knowing for a while. And we were pretty exclusive for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we did our thing, and then a few days later, I had started having these symptoms, right?
Uh-oh.
So,
what kind of symptoms were you having?
Like when I would pee, it would
Oh no!
So it was like that, and then I had a discharge and that type of thing. So then I was like, oh hell no! So the very next day, I had gone to the doctor. And I said, but there could be a twist to this, okay? So then I was just like, oh, so he was like, so what are you in for? I went to the doctor, so what are you in for? I said, well, I think I may have contracted an STD. And they said, well, do you know who you got it from? I said, I know who I got this from. And then the guy was like, are you sure? I was like, listen to me. I know who I got this from. I don't get around like that, okay?
Yeah.
I know who I got this from. They was like, well, has the other person been notified? I said, oh, yeah, he got an earful. He got an earful and then some. So then he was just like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and we're just going to do some tests or whatever. So they made me, make you pee in a cup and send off whatever. So the tests come back they told me it takes 3 to 4 days, but it came back in 2 days. It was weird. It came back super fast. So then the lady, it was a guy that called me back, and he was like, everything came back negative.
Mm-hmm. That's weird.
I was like,
so maybe you had a UTI. You just had a UTI.
So I was like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. He's like, we actually ran the test twice, and it came back negative both times for everything.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, well. But he was like, just keep taking the antibiotics and they were giving you and yada, yada, yada. So I did that and eventually went away. So then a few days later, 3 days later, I went back to the clinic again.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't feel 100% comfortable with the answer.
Yeah.
So they ran some tests again for STD and HIV and all that kind of stuff. Came back negative.
Yeah.
But they were just like, they said, you may have traces of a urinary tract infection.
That's what I said, UTI, yeah.
And I was just like, but I didn't know that UTIs will give you a discharge. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an infection. So yeah, it can be from bacteria, from something you get.
But see, I've never had a UTI before. Never.
Oh well, I'm just saying that's what happens. So yeah.
Yeah, but and the guy said, he was like, well, when people have UTIs, they easily confuse it for an STD because it's kind of has the same symptoms almost.
Yeah.
So he was like, no. We ran tests twice. Your test came back fine. Mm-hmm. He was like, you might just have a slight case of a urinary tract infection. So he's like, just make sure you drink plenty of cranberry juice and plenty of water and all that yada yada yada. So long story short, I had a UTI and not an STD.
So it went away, and you probably can I ask you a question? You want to get personal? Let's talk about this. When you had sex with this guy, were you having anal sex with this guy or just oral sex?
It was anal.
And you were top?
Yes.
And were you safe or not safe?
Well, we messed around. I mean, we didn't wear a condom because we messed around several times.
So okay, it was bareback. Okay, fine, whatever.
Right.
That's fine. Okay, so that's what it is. You got a UTI, yeah. So you got some kind of bacteria in there, and it wasn't an STD, fortunately, and that's what it was. So that's very common. It's more common for women to get UTIs than men, but men get them too. So yeah.
Right. So then I had to call and apologize to him.
For what? Because you yelled at him.
Yeah, because I yelled because I thought he gave me an STD.
You shouldn't have even yelled at him until you knew you had one.
I just jumped to conclusions. Sorry.
You did.
He was actually okay with it. He was like, oh, that's okay.
You did.
Yada, yada. So he was a good sport about it.
I have only ever had a STD once, and it was when I was in my teens, like 19, 20 or whatever. And I had sex with this guy, and I was a top, and was unsafe, and the guy was apparently a big whore, so he gave me a STD. It was the most disgusting experience of my life because it hurt like fucking hell, like fucking razors, like every time you pee, like razors.
Not to mention embarrassing.
Well, yes, and it's ugly and gross and just embarrassing. Yes, to the doctor, but the doctors have seen everything, so it's a big deal to them. But
right. But yeah, and then my thing's because I've only had an STD once in my life, and that's when I was 24 years old. Never forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, but here's the funny part: they had to give me a shot when I initially thought it was an STD. They gave me a shot in my ass.
Penicillin, probably, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I tell you,
did it make you dizzy?
It didn't make me dizzy. I had to breathe. I was like, wait, don't do it. And he was like, sir, I have my other patients waiting. And I was like, hold on. He was like, oh my God, you're shaking. I was like, because I hate needles. And
my God.
I finally he gave me the shot. And the shot didn't hurt itself, but it was like the aftermath of it. Mm-hmm. I guess because like the medicine was like running through my body or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
But it's like the injection point where he put the needle in, it like started to hurt after what he did it.
That's just the burning from the penicillin or whatever. I know.
I was like, what the fuck? This shit hurts.
I've only had it once, and I wasn't shaking. I wasn't scared of the shot, but once I had it, I felt a little woozy and shaky afterwards. I don't know what was going on, but I was okay. But it works though. It works like it kills anything in your body, pretty much, bacteria wise. So that's good. Well, good. I'm glad you're okay.
So that's a piece of my
could have been
life.
A lot worse. I went to we had Thanksgiving here and ate and all that stuff, played games. My mother and a friend of ours, Kathy, and I, while others were cooking and Michael was sleeping or something, I don't know what he was doing. we were playing Monopoly, and I love Monopoly. It's my favorite game in the world to play, and I always win. And my mother beat me, and she beat Kathy too. She beat both of us, and she never plays it. She hasn't played like 20 years. I was so pissed. But anyway, so we played games, whatever. We played this new game called oh my God, this game I got called Killing Kittens.
What a horrible name for it.
Or no, it's Exploding Kittens or something like it's called Exploding Kittens. And it's this board game. It's like a card game, but it's so fucking funny. Anyway, we played that. But anyway, let's play dinner, whatever. So next day we go to Waco now to visit with Michael's family, of course. Now, let me explain something to you. So, I don't like Donald Trump. I can't stand the man. And I'm a little vocal about that.
No, really?
I
would have never known that.
Yeah, I'm a little vocal about it. And so a week or two, about 2 weeks before we went to Thanksgiving in Waco, Michael's niece, her name is Ashley, who's married to his nephew, by blood, his nephew, Brian. And all three of us, and Brian and Ashley and I and Michael and Michael's sister and I, we all get along great, whatever. Now, she is from a very country family. You know what I mean? Very country family. And Michael's family is not really country, but they're, Waco-ish. You know what I mean? They're like, a little more country that way. So when I first met Michael's family a long time ago, I thought they were going to be these rednecks, whatever. But Michael's family was all like Democrats, and they voted all the time and whatever. They were hated Republicans, so that was good with that. Now, Ashley's family is opposite, apparently. They're very pro-Trump and all that shit. Ashley was posting something on her Facebook one day, 2 or 3 weeks ago before Thanksgiving, and she posted something. She said, "What should I have for dinner?" And she was posting, asking people for their suggestions. Ashley and I have always gotten along, no problems. She's a real sweet girl. She's like 23 years old anyway. And so I said Trump stew on her page. And I was just, because it was the day after the election, actually. And so I was still very pissed and upset and distraught. And so I said Trump stew. And she, and some friend of hers or her cousin or somebody posted, like, "Oh, you must be one of those whiny liberals. You're just so fucking pissed you get what you lost. Get over it, you fucking liberal, libertard, blah, blah, blah," that kind of shit. And so, that set me off a little bit. So I let him have it, basically, called him a lot of things. I don't know who he was or whatever. And so then Ashley proceeds to remove all of our posts. She removes my post and removes his post. And I was like, okay, fine. She doesn't want acrimony on her site, on her Facebook page. I'm okay with that. I didn't say a word about it. I just let it go. I figured it's her site. She doesn't want to. She can have whatever she wants on there, right? So a few days later, 3 days later, I go to check out her page, and she has removed me as a friend. Now she has not said she has not said one word to me, not one word. She's not said a word to me. She didn't email me. She didn't message me. Nothing. She didn't say fuck off. She didn't say, well, this is why I did this. Nothing. Now, I find that disrespectful just as a human being, okay? And the reason I do is because if I'm going to remove someone from my Facebook page, I mean, unless you just said something horrible to me personally and just like a horrible person or whatever. I didn't say anything to her or anything about her. Then I would say something to them. I would say, well, this is why I'm removing you, whatever. And also, you don't have to remove.
But why would you inform them on why you're unfriending them? I unfriend people and I just do it. I'm gonna give them a reason.
Because she's family and we see each other all the time, many times a year, and it's not like you can just ignore me. It's not somebody you can just not ever see again. That's what I'm saying. If it were someone you can never see again, you want to write off, bye-bye, that's one thing. But someone you're going to have to see all the time at family functions and whatever, it's a respectful thing, I would think, to say, well, I'm removing you because, you said this or did that or whatever. And that's why I found it disrespectful. Anyway, so moving forward, I didn't say anything to her about it. So going down to Waco, we go to Waco, whatever, and talking, and we're having dinner with Michael's sister, whom we get along fine, whatever. And I tell her, what happened with I said, so what do you think about happened with Ashley? And she says, what are you talking about first? And then she goes, oh, you mean that? And she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And so then she says, well, first I want to tell you, I would agree with her. I'm like, oh, so you're just going to take her position and her side without even hearing my side of things? She's like, well, I agree with her, and I just didn't want to, I'd agree with her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. And so we got in this big argument, me and her, and we've never been in an argument ever. And she was like shaking, like she was so like, upset. Not like upset crying, but upset like, you know what I mean? You get like that adrenaline rush going when you get in an argument sometimes with people. And so I had that going too. And, anyway, she goes on and on. Why should she say anything to you about it anyway? She doesn't want to be on your page anymore, blah, blah, blah. And she thinks that you hate everything that she stands for. I'm like, what does she stand for that I hate? She's like, well, she's a Christian and she's an evangelical Christian and blah, blah. I was like, you're damn right I hate evangelical Christians because I hate gay people. So yeah, I don't like evangelical Christians. And I don't like people who voted for Trump and blah, blah, blah. So on and on and on. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that we got an argument, whatever, and his sister and I ended up fine, whatever. But now Ashley has still never said a word to me. So I'm asking you, don't you think because I'm going to see her. I didn't see her this time at Thanksgiving because they avoided us. We always see them every time. But at Christmas, we're definitely going to see them for sure at Cheryl's house. So don't you think she should probably say something to me about this?
She should. Do I think she's going to do it? No.
But don't you think she should? Or do you not think she should? What do you think?
No, I think she should.
Okay, not one word to me, nothing. Not one word. Nothing.
Doesn't say. I feel like she should say something.
Yeah.
But do I feel like she's actually going to do it? No.
Okay, so when we get down there at Christmas, it's going to be all awkward because she has chosen not to say one word to me about this. And so I'm just going to be myself and be like, whatever. But this is the point I'm making. I have been, I've bitten my tongue so much around her and other people in this family, his side of the family, because I didn't want to offend them and because they're Michael's family, right? So I'm trying to be respectful. I've decided not to do that anymore at all. And the reason is because I am always the one who has to curtail my personality to make everybody else feel comfortable. They don't ever do that for me. You know what I mean? So right. I've decided not to do that anymore because it's not fair that I should have to not speak to you tell you exactly why.
Wait, so you're not going down there anymore?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm going down there. I'm not going to stop. No. I'm not going to not talk about my feelings about why I feel the way I do about why you voting for Trump is a complete assault against me and my family, meaning my husband and myself. Why?
Well, you know, be really good.
What?
If you recorded the confrontation and put it on Facebook.com/AXYZ.
Oh, that would go over really well. I don't think so. No. But do you know what I mean, though?
It may go viral. You never know.
But they may. You're right. That's a good point. Maybe I should do that. But do you know what I mean? I mean, have you ever been in a situation, or have you ever been around people? I mean, I think everybody to some degree when they're around their family has to be somewhat on their best behavior. But I I've found that in my life, because I am so vocal and outspoken and direct. And this is what I told Cheryl. I literally said, and made this up on the spot. It just came to me in my head, this little phrase I came up with. I said, because Cheryl said, I just want peace. And she just wants peace. And she doesn't want to have any, acrimony, whatever. I said, you know what? Peace is a good thing to have, but peace is not always the most noble thing to try to achieve. I said, because peace without discussion and without actually talking through things is just a ceasefire. And that's exactly what I said. And the reason I said that is because eventually everything that you're holding in and not talking about is going to come back and haunt you anyway. It's going to fester, and you're going to be resentful of that person, even if you never say a word, right? And so I tried to explain that to them. So that's what I'm getting at now is like, I'm no longer going to I'm not going to bite my tongue especially about something that's so important, like civil rights for gay people, women, for people of different minorities and different races and different religions, simply because it makes you uncomfortable. If that's the case, then you have a problem because you're the one the issue. You're the bigot, not me. So I'm not going to make a bigot. I'm not saying she's a bigot necessarily. I don't know who she voted for, but I think her family definitely voted for him. But I'm just saying that I'm not going to make you feel more comfortable because you think your beliefs are right, So, and I think you should be the same way, Jason. I think everybody listening should be the same way. I think they should stand up for our rights, not just gay people, but the rights of every person in this country. And stop being so fucking meek and like being afraid to rock the boat. I'm not afraid to rock the boat. I haven't ever been afraid to rock the boat. Even when I was a fucking teenager, I was like this. I was like this in my family. And I was talking to Cheryl about it. She's like, you're different. Your family's different. Your family's like, they'll talk about stuff, whatever. I said, nah, my family's the same way as yours. They don't talk about shit. That's why I'm so different, because I was growing up, I was like, just talk, people, talk to each other. And I was always the one who told the emperor to have any clothes on. It was always me, the one bringing shit out and being honest, and everybody else was just acting like it didn't exist. And that's not healthy. So if you want to stand up for something, it's like civil rights, for example, and you too, Jason, stand up for your fucking self. You and Christian and whoever else is whoever's listening to the show, whatever, stand up for yourself and stop being so fucking afraid to stand up for your beliefs, because being liberal is not a bad, dirty word. And stop letting conservatives make you think it is. So okay.
I love that speech, but the whole time when you said rock the boat, I was singing that song, Don't Rock the Boat. That song,
rock the boat, baby, rock the boat, yeah.
Don't jerk the boat over. Yeah, that's all
yes,
about.
I do.
Anyway. So, yeah, I agree with that. No, also, one more thing, since we're already on the subject of politics before we move on. What are your, I think you've already stated this before, but what are your thoughts on gays and or lesbians who voted for Trump?
Oh, yeah, we talked about this, but basically just that they are voting based upon reasons that have nothing to do with civil liberties. They're voting based upon the fact that they are either A, brought up in a highly conservative family and somehow been brainwashed into believing that bullshit, or B, they are voting for their own self-interests financially, and because financially they're already wealthy or feel like voting for someone who is wealthy will make them wealthy, which is an ignorant thing to think. That's why.
Okay.
I think they're idiots, though. I think anybody who votes for Donald Trump is a moron. And I do genuinely mean that. Now, people who voted for George Bush and other Republicans in the past, no, I do not believe they're morons. They just had a difference of opinion in how things should be. This, however, are people who truly are morons, and it's being proven by the fact that this man has completely duped all of them and has doing whatever the fuck he wants, basically, and not keeping any of the promises and taking away Social Security and Medicare and for people who are old and dying. And do you understand the fucking crazy shit that this country is going to be in once this man becomes president? I mean, we're going to be fucked.
Well, you have to remember that Trump already said that if he became president, he was going to press charges against Hillary, but now he's already backed out on that. It's like, oh, I don't think I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, he's done that.
He's already pissed off some.
He's already changed his mind on that before, but that's the whole point, Jason. You can't trust what he says, because whether he says he's going to do something or not do something, he may go back and do it or not do it. You never know. You don't know what the fuck he's going to do, and he's already lied.
But someone said okay. So the theory is that he ran as a Republican just because that was the only party that was available to run as a Republican. I mean, in the primary or the race or in general. So they was thinking that so people are like speculating that he's really going to go in there and be like,
no, he's not.
Serve as like a Democrat.
No, he's not. And you know why I know that's not true? I've heard that's a theory, and I thought maybe that was true long time ago when he very first started running 2 years ago. But no, he's not. And the reason I know that's not true is because the people he's surrounding himself with, the people he's putting in, are neo-Nazis. I'm talking about people who are going to be running the country. His cabinet, the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, people like this are racists. They are KKK members. They are people who believe that education should only be for the wealthy. I'm not kidding. There's things people have fucking said that are in his cabinet, okay? These people are horrible people who believe all this fucking nonsense he's been spewing. So no, this is not fake, and he is not just pretending. He's surrounding himself and putting into power people who will implement all the things he said he wanted to do, all the fucking bullshit, racist, xenophobic, homophobic shit that he's already said he wanted to do. So no, that's not the case. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. And you can't listen to any of his words like you just said yourself, because you never know what he's going to say or what he's going to do. He says all this shit, but what he does is what you have to pay attention to. And what he has done has shown where his mind is. And it is not in our court. Trust me on this. This man is not on our side in any way. He's not pretending to be a Republican. He's not a Republican anyway. He's not a Democrat either. He's a fucking Tea Partier. That's what he is. He's a Tea Partier.
There you go, people. You heard it first. So moving on from politics. You know what? I was watching this preview earlier today. Not earlier today. I think it was this past weekend. Of America's Next Top Model. They're bringing back America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
But Rita Ora is hosting it.
Rita Ora, yeah,
I'm like, I immediately lost interest.
Oh, you're saying that Tyra Banks isn't hosting it?
No, Rita Ora is.
Oh, I thought you meant like co-hosting. She's gonna be.
No, she's gonna be like the head judge, and I'm like,
who the hell? Why does anybody care about her? No, it has to be somebody iconic.
It's like her. It's her and like a whole new panel of people. I'm like, I'm not interested in watching that. I'm like, clearly the ratings are gonna suffer when it debuts, but
they need an iconic figure. You know what I mean?
No, because here's my thing.
Goddamn dogs
cannot name a single fucking song by Rita Ora. Okay. Well, I take that back. The one that she says like a black little baby or something like that or whatever, because people thought she was saying black little baby or it's black widow or some shit. I don't know. And I don't know the words to that. I just know like those three words when she says like a black widow baby.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know. And but other than that, I cannot name a single song. I cannot name any of her albums. I don't know anything about this woman. I don't know why VH1 is doing this, but clearly the ratings are going to suffer. I don't know what they should have got. I agree with you. They should have got someone who was more iconic. But
yeah,
Rita Ora's been out for like 20 minutes.
But Rita Ora's not even a model. She was a singer.
Exactly. So clearly. We'll find. VH1 is going to learn the hard way. When those ratings come out and they see that 3 people watched the debut, then they're going to cancel that.
Their ratings going to be like our ratings, like 5 people listening.
So I mean, they're going to just boot that shit before it airs for episode 2. Moving on from that.
Did you hear about that? Did you hear about the Bishop thing I told you about? The Bishop.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Well, let's talk about the bishop. This bishop gropes men on their crotch and like their penis, and while he claims to be able to make their penises grow bigger, he's Gandhian or whatever. He's from Ghana.
He's making it grow, all right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not exactly a magic trick. Hello, it's not from God. It kind of happens regardless. So, I mean, but the fact that the thing I thought this was interesting about this is that people are so stupid and ignorant, I use that word a lot because there are so many of them in the world, that they believe that this man is doing something that is going to make their dick bigger by rubbing on it or whatever. He says,
if you really don't think he's doing just groping y'all, and
right. He says, if you do not like the looks of any part of your body, come to me. What do you want that I can't offer? If you want big buttocks, I can do it for you. If you want big breasts, I can help. If you have a small penis, I can change that when I come to the spiritual realm with your penis in my hand. Yeah. Anyway, that's just fucking nuts. But this is what I don't like about religion is that some people blindly follow their pastors or priests or bishops or whatever. They don't actually question. And so they just take what he's saying as reality, and instead of actually questioning it, using their fucking brain, they just say, "Oh, well, he's a man of God, therefore he must be,
he must be right."
Right. And that's stupid. I mean, people are that dumb. That's why people give money to people like that, or lose their savings, or kill themselves, or people like Manson followers or something. I mean, it's a cult. I mean, to me. But I mean, if you had you're kind of religious, but you're not really, really crazy religious. But I mean, if you had a pastor or something, and he told you to do that, and let me touch your dick so I can make it bigger for you, or smaller, or whatever you wanted. I mean, I mean, would you be okay? Let me touch my dick so it'll get bigger. I mean,
I would be looking at him like, "Are you serious right now? Like, seriously?"
I mean,
like,
I'm sure. And the funny thing is that people who are anti-gay are always saying it's gay people who are these predators, and gay people who are the ones who are trying to just like change little kids to being gay or something. And it's almost always 90% of pedophiles and 90% of people who are like sexual deviants like that are heterosexual men, not gay men.
Right. You remember, that emoji with that disgusted look on his face?
Yes.
That would be my look.
Yes,
like
and I can see you making that face.
but I that's crazy. I'd be like, okay, seriously, like, get over yourself.
Oh my God.
The hell is
Go
that?
ahead. It's my fucking dog. Sorry. Go on. They're in the hallway. Sorry.
Speaking of people who think they are right.
Yes.
Now this is more in local news. Did you see the guy? I don't remember his name, but there was a guy that did some type of
hold on,
speech.
Hold on. Would you get the door, please? It's a delivery. Answer
Who's
the door.
delivering to your house this late? Is it Amazon?
Yes. Answer the door, please. It's a delivery. Somebody get the door! Answer the door! Oh, never mind. They left it at the front porch. I'm looking at my camera. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Fancy. I don't have a camera at my front door.
Well, he's sitting there on the front porch, and now he's looking at. Now what's he doing? He's coming back now. Hold on. I can talk to him through the window. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. Hold on.
This is what happens during a live podcast, people.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, let me see if I can get this go live. Wait. Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hi. Sorry. We'll be right there. Just 1 second. Don't go away. Hold on. Okay, keep the show going. I'll be right back.
See, people, this is what happens when you listen to us live. Anything can happen. Or even if you listen to this later, because we don't go and really dub and erase stuff or remix stuff unless we absolutely have to. So if you listen to this later, you're probably going to hear this shit too. But anyway, there is a guy who did a speech, I believe at the University of Texas in Arlington, or either or one of those universities. I don't know. Anyway, he made a comment stating that America was founded on the backs of like white men or something like that.
Okay, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, I'm back. What are you talking about?
He's back, people. So let me start this conversation over. So I was letting them know that also, when you listen to us live, anything is bound to happen. And then I said, well, fuck it. We don't go back and like redo any of this stuff. So I'm like, even if you're listening to this later, you're still going to hear it. Anyway,
no, I can go back and edit it out if you want. It's a big deal.
No, it don't matter to me. I don't care. But I was saying to our listeners that now this is more in local news, but did you see the guy that he did a speech at the University of Texas, Arlington, I believe?
Uh-huh.
And he was saying something like that I'm paraphrasing. It's not word for word, but he says something to the words like America was founded on the backs of white men or something like that.
Who said this? Who was this?
Some guy that did a speech. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. It was the guy, I don't know, was it at UT? I thought it was somewhere as like, yeah.
It was at a Texas university.
It was at A&M. It was A&M.
Oh, A&M. Okay.
And it was the guy. Keep going. I'll look him up. I can't remember his name. Go on.
And he said that pretty much America was founded on the backs of white men. I was like, no,
okay. Yes, Jason. This is this guy. Yes. Okay. This is Richard Spencer, who's they call it alt right. And just FYI, alt right is a new term for Nazi or or white supremacist. He's part of the alt-right leadership, and he spoke at Texas A&M. Yes.
And then the thing was, like, they had the camera like pan out in the audience, and like people's reactions were kind of like mixed. Some people cheered, some people was looking like, "What the fuck?" And it was just weird. So, but I was like,
the backs of the white man, really?
He said that, and I was like,
"What about the millions?"
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, because first of all, what it was founded on was the backs of the Native Americans. First of all,
thank you. That's what I said.
And then it was then the black people, the slaves that were drug over here against their will, and became slaves. And then the Mexicans now who work here as immigrants, not all of them, of course, but I'm just saying, it's never been the white man who's done shit. It's always been a white man who's stealing shit from everybody.
Because when he said that, like some people, like the faces in the audience were priceless. Some, like I said, some cheered, some were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was just like, and then the thing is, for Fox 4, I'm gonna get on y'all asses. Fox 4 Dallas, I'm gonna get on y'all asses. Why are y'all putting this up on your Facebook page to give this man, his 15 minutes of fame, when y'all know good and goddamn well, just like everybody else, everybody knows good and goddamn well America was not found on the backs of white men. It was founded by Native Americans. Why would y'all even put that bullshit up there? Is because y'all are just Fox? Is that what that is?
The same reason that they did this to Trump. The reason Trump became president is because all the fuckers gave all the fucking media attention to him. And the people who, of course, even though the stuff he was saying was nuts and the people listened to it and a lot of people liked him, they focused on this dumb fuck and gave him all this time and this platform. And they're doing the same thing with this guy, like what you're saying.
And I'm like, really, Fox 4? I'm like, I just put a reply on that. I said, it must be a really slow news day.
Well, first of all, look, every white person is not evil and every black person is not evil and every Hispanic whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying that
it was a mixed crowd in the audience, so like it was just a mixed reaction. It was just like people really weren't sure how to react to it.
Well, listen to this quote. This guy said, this wasn't Spencer himself, it was a guy that was there with him and that he was representative or something. He says, I think the United States was at one time a white nation. I think the reaction to Trump being elected and the reaction with the alt-right, as he puts it, being popular is a reaction to it declining as a white nation. Now, I agree with that. And you know why I agree with that? Because that's why white people are pissed, because we're getting browner and browner and browner. And no longer has it been that white privilege has been so easily attainable in this country, because now it's becoming much more equalized between the races in this country. Because now, after hundreds of years of oppression, all of these minorities are now being able to have the same starting point, the same kind of opportunities that white people have had for 400, 500 years in this country. Exactly. And that is why they're pissed. That's why they're pissed.
And it's funny that you say that, because I was watching CNN or something like that, and someone made a comment of the reason people voted for Trump because a lot of white people were afraid of losing white privilege.
That's true.
And I was like, that is pretty damn interesting. I didn't think of it like that.
Well, that's what it's always been about. Of course, they don't want to lose power. They've been in power for so long. Mm-hmm.
And like everyone on the panel was everyone was like, oh my God, I agree. Like,
think about
it was just so funny.
And think about all the different ways that white privilege impacts people's lives that aren't white. I mean, for example, black men specifically are, incarcerated 40 times more than white people, or if they're up for the same crime as a white person, a white male is up for the same crime as a black male. The black male is 40 times more likely to be put in jail. And more often is. And so, I mean, there's statistics that back this up. It's facts, okay? It's all factual stuff. Right. It's not just somebody just talking about it.
Well, I've said this once and I've said this before. They did a study. Some university did a study. I forgot what university it is. A university did a study last year, and they said that when it came to police incidents between different races, they said that Hispanic individuals and black individuals were 8 times more likely to be pulled over by the police, as opposed to whites. But then white people were 7 times more likely to have something illegal in their car.
Right.
And I was like, really? I was like, interesting. Well, the minorities being pulled over more than white people. I mean, that's nothing new. I've been knowing that. But I mean, but the part that shocked me was that them 7 times more likely to have something illegal in their car as opposed to a minority. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that.
Well, listen to this. This is going to make you crazily happy. So we're talking about this race thing. SMU. I went to SMU, and this is my first school, 18 to 22 or whatever. And I went there, and I'm very familiar with racism and that kind of thing, and the elitism of the society over there. Now, this week there was a flyer by the quote unquote alt-right, which is being passed out all over the place on SMU's campus, which says entitled "Why White Women Shouldn't Date Black Men." And it has...
Oh, I saw that on the news.
Did you see? It says he's much more likely to abuse you. He's much more likely to have STDs. Your kids probably wouldn't be smart. And it says the reason they say that is because the average white IQ in America is 100, but the average black IQ is 85. Now, let me tell you something. I am a product of a black man and a white woman, and my IQ is 144. Okay? So that is not true. And it says, of course you could date one of the few smart black men, but unlikely that your child will be smart. I mean, really? This is the bullshit. Also, it says you should probably just avoid black men because blacks are more likely to commit every type of violent crime than whites. The stories are horrific and sadly predictable. Black man wipes out white ex's family in 2011, and therefore you should stay away from them because you are in danger. And it says, no, stop, don't hurt me, about being hurt and abused by them. And it says, the last one says, brutally being raped by black men is a common occurrence. So this is the alt-right, and this guy you're talking about, he's like the head of that whole movement now.
But doesn't he understand that people of all races commit violent crimes?
You don't have to understand something, Jason, that when someone is a bigot and someone is completely mired in the mud like these people are, and they're completely opposed to what facts say and to reality. They just have this mission and this belief system when they were raised in or came to believe or whatever. And it doesn't matter what you say that's factual. All these things that this flyer says can be easily refuted as not true, but with facts. However, you say that to someone who's on the alt-right, or I'm going to say racist because that's what they are. They're not going to take that as reality. They're just going to say, "Oh, fuck you. That's just some propaganda. Fuck you. You know, this is how I know this because I've met a black person before or whatever." I don't know. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what the truth is. Just like it doesn't matter with Trump voters. It doesn't matter.
Well, someone on campus, I'm sure someone on campus agreed to that bullshit. It always happens.
Somebody on campus what?
I probably agreed to that flyer. Like, yep, he's right.
No,
right.
I mean, I don't think that SMU, when I was there, is like, it was years ago, of course, 1993, 1997. But it was not a overtly racist place, okay? It was not a kind of place where you would go. I can't speak for now, but then it was not overtly racist where you would be like, N-word or whatever. I mean, it wasn't like that to people who were black or whatever, or Hispanics, like spit or whatever, wetback, whatever you call them. Anyway, so I'm just saying that was not what it was like at all. It was more of a subtle racism, meaning like exclusionary. You know what I mean? Like you have your side of campus, or that you have your groups, we have our groups, and you know what I mean? It was like that kind of racism. And so I don't think SMU in general is a racist school, but I think whoever put this out there wasn't even probably part of the campus. I think it was somebody who just did it. I mean, I don't think they even probably went there. You can go on campus and post it all over the place in the student center and stuff. So
right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that everybody's like that. I just want to say that because I did go to SMU, and I'm anything but racist. And I did tell you, I told you I started a gay fraternity there, right?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
So I know about all the political bullshit that goes on there, and but I'm just saying I don't think this was from a student. But anyway, so yeah. So
well, there you go, people. So I mean, I would love to. At one point, I really wanted to attend SMU, but when I saw the tuition, I said, "No ham, no ham, no turkey."
Well, I went there, and I had loans, and I had scholarships, and I had grants. That's the only reason I was able to go there. Whereas I had many friends. I'd say about 40% of the campus was like that. It wasn't like as like you think. But then the rest of them, 60%, literally, I had a friend I was a friend of a friend really, that didn't have a clue how to make her own bed because she had always had a maid do it, and her parents never told her how. And people who drove brand new Mercedes and BMWs and stuff like that, and I was driving like a 1985 Chevy Cavalier convertible that was canary yellow, and I called it Chiquita after Chiquita Banana. So I mean, it was not easy for me to go there, especially when everybody else had money all the time. I never had any money, so I mean, it is not. I'm just saying that everybody goes there is not like a rich kid, So don't think they are.
Well, now I just feel like everyone, well, not everyone. When I had the mindset of SMU, I just feel like everyone drove a Mercedes, a Lexus,
They did,
a BMW, an Audi. Like everyone,
I just told you,
wearing like all the guys are wearing like Brooks Brothers shit.
Well,
and,
usually it was like Ralph Lauren or whatever,
or Ralph Lauren,
whatever.
or some high end shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm, in Levi's and an Old Navy shirt going to school.
Well, I don't, but I'm telling you that there are plenty of people like that that were there then and there are now. And now it's much more diverse. When I was there, it was very, very, I mean, there were black people and there were Hispanic people and there were people of all races, but it was not like it is now. It's much more diverse now at SMU than you think. And so even though it still has the same reputation of being this kind of, I don't know, highfalutin school, it really isn't as exclusionary as it once was. So it's not as bad as you think it is. But if you wanted to go there, you could just go. You can get grants.
I just told you I can't afford the damn tuition.
You can get a loan.
I don't want to pay the loan back.
And Texas, if you go to school in Texas, then you can get grants just for being a Texas resident. So I'm just letting you know. That's how I went. That was a long time ago, but it works. But anyway, whatever.
Okay. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I think. Oh, I was going to ask you. You probably don't, but do you think Andy Cohen is attractive?
I did at one point,
but now you don't.
But now I don't anymore because his messiness and pettiness has really taken.
What has he been petty about and messy about? What do you mean?
Just when he does those housewife shows, like he like Andy Cohen can be messy and petty when he wants to be.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I don't have like an exact example right now, but he just has his moments to where he's like, where he throws his little shade, he's being petty, and he has his moments. I can't give you an example right now, but he definitely has them.
Well, he is a gay man. Of course, he's going to throw shade and be petty because every gay man is that way to some degree. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, it's just part of our nature. We just can be shady bitches, and that's just the way we are. So he's like the same way. He's gay.
Right.
So why do you fault him for being gay? That's how he is.
I don't know, but I feel like he does it. How can I word this right?
Okay, well,
I feel like it's.
Go ahead.
Yes. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the right wording to say this. I feel like he does it to. He puts women on TV from these different, categories or different franchises of housewives, and he makes them look like a fucking fool. Well, I take that back. Really, they didn't make.
How does he make him exactly?
No, I took that back. I said technically they make themselves like a fucking fool, and
all he does is give them a stage. All he does is give them a stage. Whether they hang themselves on the stage or not is up to them, not him. You know what I mean? Of course, if you don't hang yourself, then you'll get fired because that's what makes a show. But anyway.
But to answer your question, I think he's a nice looking guy.
Yeah, from a purely attractiveness standpoint, if minus all the other stuff you were talking about, I think he's a very nice looking guy. I think he's sexy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't try to.
Well, the reason I asked is because I've literally in the past month or no, maybe 6 months, I've had 6 or 7 dreams about him, sex dreams about him. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know why.
I don't know, but to me, he's attractive, but he comes off as the whitest white guy that
he's he's Jewish. First of all, he's Jewish. He's not the whitest white guy because he's Jewish.
I've seen him dance. He has 0 rhythm.
Yeah.
He does not know any Urban Dictionary slang.
Why would he? He's a Jewish guy from New York. I mean, from St. Louis.
It's I remember when he was on the show and Candy Burris was on there and somebody else was on there and he was doing Jackhole of the Day or something like that, and he was talking about how this guy somewhere had stole bundles of hair for his girl or something like that. Now anybody knows when they say he stole some human weave for his girl, he was like, oh, for his little girl, but that's so sweet. Candy Burris is no, his girl is in his girlfriend. He didn't even catch on. And I was
I could hear Candy saying something like that too. Like, no, like his girlfriend, not his
right,
girl.
and that's exactly what she said. She was like, no, not his little. She's like, no, ain't not his little girl. That's like his girl, like his woman, his girlfriend. He was like, oh. I was like, oh my God, Andy.
But he actually is down with like the swirl, as he calls it. He's down to date. He's black guys. He's into black guys. He's into white guys.
I don't think he's ever dated a black guy though.
Yeah, he has. He said he has.
Oh, maybe this is a recent thing.
No, okay. He says he's dated black guys before. He's many times, not just dated. I mean, he's dated sex or whatever. He definitely had sex with black guys. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Why is him in his relationship with Lance Bass so like out there? I don't get
That's old news. I
know, but why is it so publicized?
What do you mean? Why is it publicized? They're both public figures, and years ago they went on a date and they had like some sort of sexual thing, but they didn't have anal sex. They just had like oral sex, I guess, and kissed and made out. And they were sure, and Lance Bass was sure to make sure everybody understood that they did not have anal sex. Nobody fucked anybody else, he said.
Okay, and here's a weird thing. Speaking of you having sexual fantasies about Andy Cohen,
yeah, this
freaked me out last week. I had a sexual dream about my boss. Now, here's the thing. It really freaked me out.
Is it a man?
Yes.
Okay.
And the only reason I think it led up to that because they've been making a lot of changes at my job as far as like, oh, we're adding this, we're taking this away, we're adding this, we're taking this away, type of thing. So there's been like a lot of meetings involved.
Yeah.
And I think last week, over the past week or two, I've said his name and been in his presence more in the past 2 weeks than I probably ever have since I've been working there. So, because, I mean, we just constantly going to meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting.
Right.
And I'm always like bringing up his name, saying his name or calling his name or, whatever, right?
Right.
So then I go to bed one night, tuck my nice little black ass in bed like I do every night. And I wake up in the morning like traumatized almost. And I remember the dream being so graphic, it's almost like I didn't want to speak to him the next day.
You're embarrassed.
And I was just like, and because he walked by and he was like, hey, what's going on, Jason? How's it going? I was just like,
good morning.
Hi. And it was weird. And I haven't told anyone this. I didn't tell any coworkers because I didn't want to get back to him.
I'm gonna send this tape to your work. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
And I was just freaked out. I told one person, but a friend that doesn't even work there. But they were just like, well, why did you have that type of dream? I was like, I don't know. It freaked me out.
Is your boss straight or gay?
He's straight.
Okay. Is he married?
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes, dreams, a lot of times dreams aren't what they seem, you know that, right? So they're symbolic.
It only happened. It was only one dream, but still.
Okay, I'm just saying, but oftentimes people's dreams are symbolic. And so what happened in this dream? I mean, how did you end up having sex with him?
I remember it just like it was yesterday.
I mean, you don't have to tell me what you did sexually. Just
no,
how did you?
I don't mind explaining. It's a dream.
What happened? What happened to the point? What led you to have sex with him?
So here's the thing. So in the dream, he was in his office, and I guess he did. I guess he didn't have the door closed all the way in his office.
Yeah.
And it was like towards later in the evening, so many people weren't around, and he was like jacking off in his office. And then I peeked. I walked by, and it was cracked open, and I saw him, and I remember the dream. I said, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I walked away, and he called me back, and he was just like, he was like, do you enjoy giving head? and at first I pretended to come off as like extremely offended by it because I was like, how the fuck you gonna want me to give you head and everything like that? He was like, listen, we all know that you're gay. So he was just like, listen, no one's around. It's between me and you. Do you want to give me some head? And according to what I remember in the dream, his dick was a pretty nice size. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't small either.
Yeah.
So I was in the moment, so I was like, sure, why not? But and then like right afterwards, I was like, oh my God. Like I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I just freaked out for whatever.
You know what it means, Jason? Psychologically, it probably just means you want to please your boss. It has nothing to do with sex. It's just you want to please him. You want to make him happy, or you want his approval, or something. You want something from him in that sense. You don't want to necessarily have sex with him. You just want his approval. That's all it means. That's what it means. That's the way dreams are.
I thought about going see a therapist if it happens again.
Oh my God, really? They're going to tell you the same thing I just told you, that you're just seeking his approval or his blessing or whatever. Yeah.
Just overall
a good job, or that you're doing well in your job, or something that whatever you're doing in your job is making him notice you, whatever, in that sense, in that vein is what I mean.
I guess I gave him a good job, all right.
Well, there you go. You should be good to go then. You should be good to go. Anyway.
So do you have any fun quizzes for us this week?
Quizzes? What are you talking about, quizzes?
I mean, like, I remember a few weeks ago we did, like, the relationship deal breakers and red flags and all that shit.
Oh, I don't think so. Let me see if I can find one real quick.
I think I can find one. Hold on.
How about the Are You Gay test? I don't think we need to take that one.
Yeah.
I think that's been settled already. Personality quiz. What boyfriend is your type? Let's see what kind of boyfriend your type is.
Okay, I got one.
Go ahead.
This is a short. You can keep looking while I'm doing this.
Go ahead.
So this is a survey based on dating deal breakers, but it's a little different. I think this is based on like a very first date.
Okay.
But I think we did this too. But these things are a little different. So the first one is, let me see here. He never pays his share.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
The next one is wants to do only what he likes.
Well, yeah, that's selfish. Of course, that's a deal breaker. Right. Fuck that.
This one is the next one says he isolates you. That I don't know if that's a deal breaker if he isolates you. Well, it depends how he isolates you, I guess.
Well, what do you mean by isolate? Maybe isolate from other people, like your friends and stuff. Yeah, or family. That's bad.
It says he wants you to spend time with him only, and wants to know where you are when you are apart. Okay. So it's pretty much like keeping tabs on you, like every moment of the day. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
This one's kind of the next one is kind of funny to me, but it's not funny to me but the next one is if he doesn't have any friends.
Well, what does that mean? He doesn't have any friends? Literally, not one friend. That's obviously scary. I mean, somebody has to have at least one friend. Otherwise,
it just says he doesn't have any friends.
Well, then Norman Bates or some shit. That's scary. That's not right. Okay. Not one fucking friend his whole fucking life. Unless he's like a 2-year-old, he needs to have a friend. It's ridiculous.
I'm just saying. He doesn't introduce you to family or friends.
Well, it depends on how soon. I mean, you can't expect him to do it on the first date.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe this is dating deal breakers. Maybe this is over time. I don't know. You don't know. One thing I've noticed, and I learned this from experience, when he never takes you to his house. I learned that the hard way.
Well, that's probably means he's married or something.
Yeah, with children. Yeah, I learned it the hard way, people. I sure did. And I was like, okay, we can't never go to your place. Oh, I live so far. I live in Garland. Bitch, Garland ain't that fucking far, okay? You live off of 635 and fucking Oats, okay? That ain't that fucking far from North Dallas, okay?
No.
You talking about, oh, I live so far away. That's a 20-minute drive, bitch. Like, stop acting like you live way out in fucking Rockwall County or some shit.
That's not any worse than driving like from Dallas to Frisco or something. It's no different.
Exactly, but the way he made it seem like he lived way out.
Who is this you're talking about? What person is this?
Well, he ain't listen. I can say his name. His name was Kevin. This black guy. He was fine as fuck though. He was fine as fuck. So he lived I don't know where he lives in now, but at the time he lived in Garland. He was married. We met online and we messed around quite a bit. This is years ago. This isn't anything recent, but we messed around quite a few times, but then after the 34th time of him coming to my house, I was like, how come I can't ever go to your house? How come I always have to meet you somewhere or meet you at a restaurant?
Jason.
Meet you something like that. And then finally it clicked in. I was like, this motherfucker is married. Ain't that some shit?
So he was straight or down the down low type thing or whatever?
Yeah, and I told him, and he said his wife knew. And I was like, well then...
Why not bring you over
I'm
then?
like, so my thing is, I said, so well, if your wife knows and you know you like men. Your wife knows you like men. Then why the fuck y'all still married? He's like, well, it's easier said than done. Which in this
That's
situation, I
true.
don't know.
That's
That's true.
true.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be financial reasons, involved with that too. I don't know. But I was like, well, if y'all know, because I told him, I said, if you mess around with men, she got a man on the side too. Let's just be
Well,
honest.
good for her. Good for her, man.
I'm like,
What's good for the
I
goose is
told him
good for the
that.
gander. So,
But here's the thing that when I told him that he got pissed, I'm like, why are you pissed? Because I'm like, trust me, if you messing around with me, she's messing around with a man somewhere in Dallas.
most likely,
So
unless
I'm
she's
just
just
like,
asexual or something. Yeah.
right. I'm like, I mean, she may not have an emotional connection like she may have with you, but she may have a sexual connection with someone in Dallas.
Right. Right.
So I mean, trust me, she's getting her black back blown somewhere in Dallas.
Okay, I want to do this quiz. It's 10 questions, and before we go, and since you're single, it's what boyfriend is your type? I want you to take it. Okay, you ready?
Oh,
It's
Lord,
10
okay.
questions. Okay, it's raining. Do you go out and dance, make out in the rain, take you inside, have a wet party, or kiss in the rain, then take you inside and warm you up with love? Which one of those? This is what kind of boyfriend you want. So which one of those you want?
Take me inside. I can't afford to
Take you
get sick.
inside.
I got to go to work the next day.
What is your favorite thing to do with him? Make out and pull pranks on people, kiss and hug. You make out with him, go out to a party, or rescue you from danger and then have some fun in bed.
Wait. Say the question again.
What is your favorite thing to do with him? Make out and
Okay.
pull pranks on people, kiss and hug. You make out with him, go out and party, or rescue you from danger, then have some fun in bed.
I guess we can make out with each other.
Okay. And then 3, you come home from work stressed out, and what does your boyfriend do to comfort you? Does he throw you on the bed and get naked? Does he make out with you? Does he kiss you? Does he cheer you up? Or does he give you something like a taser or pepper spray?
Why does somebody give me a taser and pepper spray?
I have no idea if that's what it says.
Cheer me up. If I've had a bad day at work, cheer me up. I don't want to have, because if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to have sex right away.
Right. Me
Because
either.
I'm not going to
I
be in the
gotta
right
be in the
mind
mood
frame for
mentally.
it.
Exactly.
So cheer me up first.
Okay. Number 4. What is the best date? Crash a party, sleep together under the stars, take you both out to dinner, party, or take you out to a safe, non-disclosed location.
I don't like that last one.
This is fucking freaky.
You can take me out and kill me out there.
I
don't know.
Which one's the best date? Sleep together under the stars, take you out to dinner, party, or crash a party.
This is a first date.
It just says, what is the best date?
Yeah. I would say I don't want to sleep under the stars, but I've always thought it was very cute and romantic when people, like in the movies, when they have when people have like the F-150s and they lay in the bed, the truck, and they listen to the stars like way out in the country. I've always wanted to do that. I thought it was so cute.
Listen to Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. If you fall, what does he do? Does he tease you, then pick you up and give you a kiss? Does he fall down to you so you don't feel so bad? Does he cry and pick you up? Does he get friends to pick you up? Or does he catch you before you fall and kiss?
It's going to be the first. He's probably going to laugh and then make sure I'm okay.
Okay. And then which of these choices best describes you? I need to go to school and get my degree, make a lot of money working from home, I would love to find a new game to play, or I'd like to earn money by taking surveys online. Oh, this is a question they put in there just because they're trying to get you to buy something. Hold on. Oh my God, they put me to something else. Hold on. Okay, next. Got 5 more questions. Number 6. What will your boyfriend do every day to you? Tell you to get over here, then make out with you in front of everybody, then take you to the bedroom, make out and hug you, kiss you in front of friends, or cuddle you and then make out with you while grabbing you in places.
The last one.
Okay. Number 7, your best friend, whoever wrote this doesn't know how to write English. But anyway, your best friend gets a group of people to gang beat you up and pee on you. What does your boyfriend do? Your best friend does that? Damn. Your best friend gets a group of people to gang beat you up and pee on you. What?
Wait, if his friends are going to beat me up, then bitch, we don't need to be together anyway.
No. It says your best friend gets a group of people.
First of all, my friends wouldn't do anything.
I know, but what kind of friend is that? Anyway, they get a group of people to beat you up, pee on you. what does your boyfriend do? Does he A, go and kick their asses, B, hold you until you feel better, C, try to stop the event from happening, D, get a group of people to do that to your attackers, or E, stop this from happening?
He's gonna break it up. He's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I would think he would do that.
So try and stop this from happening? Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then 8, 3 more. What is his job? Nothing stupid, a wedding planner, a chemist, a congressman, or a police officer.
I'm okay with any one of them except for a congressman.
Well,
I don't trust congressmen.
Pick one.
I don't want to say police officer because I don't want to be worried about about his life when he goes out to work. What was you said a chemist, and what was the other one?
A wedding planner or nothing stupid, whatever that is.
I'm gonna say a chemist.
Okay. Number 9. What color is his hair? Black, brown, dark brown, blonde, or dirty blonde?
That I truly don't care what color.
You got to pick one. Black, brown, dark brown, blonde, or dirty blonde?
Black.
Okay. Last question. What is his favorite color? Black, your favorite color, dark blue, whatever whatever that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. Or blue. This question is just stupid. What is his favorite color? Black, yours, dark blue, whatever's in or blue. What the fuck that means? Anyway.
Oh, I think they're saying whatever color happens to be in at the moment as far as like fashion. I think that's what they're saying. I don't know what his fucking favorite color.
Black, yours, dark blue, or whatever's in
Blue. Let's just go with blue. I don't know.
Let's see what this thing says. It says the boyfriend that's best for you is a shy man. He will be hard to be with because of his shyness, but with time will open up and love you more than ever.
No, thank you.
That's not true. I can tell you that that's not true for you anyway.
I don't want a shy guy.
I don't know. Oh, shy guy. Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. I don't want somebody loving everybody. It's the shy guy. It's the kind of guy. So oh, that was a jam. So I have to play that once we finish the show now.
Well, we are finished with the show. So
well, it's like I'm going to my car and I'm going to play this. I'm just drive around the block and listen to that one song. Yes. Hold on, play that for a moment. All right.
Oh my God, I love that song. Okay, you want to talk us out of the show then?
Yes, okay. So, I'm really going to listen to that as soon as the show is over, like, for real. That brought back some memories. That brought me back to, like, my elementary school days. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Elementary school? I was in college. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I might have been in middle school.
Okay.
I might have been, like, junior high or something. Sorry.
All right.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening. We're really glad that you listened to us and put up with all of our shenanigans and bullshit for the past hour. If you want to listen to us, well, not listen, if you want to follow us, feel free to follow us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/KXYZ. You can follow me, yours truly, Jason, on Twitter, which is Jason B. Like, which is Jason_BBE_like. You can follow Donovan at
Offlimitshow.com.
And then you can also listen to us on iTunes.
Yes. And Spreaker.com.
And Spreaker.com. I forgot about them. Shout out to Spreaker.
And iHeartRadio.
And iHeart. Not us.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you about it later, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I guess we're on iHeartRadio now. Hi. Okay. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. We love each and every one of you. Oh, we're gonna do this new thing. I want to do this new thing. It's gonna be called Tap Your Neighbor Thursday.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is, I want all of our listeners to tap your friend on the shoulder or spread the word. Be like, have you heard about that show, Gay XYZ?
Yes.
Listen to the motherfuckers because they are a hoot and a hoodanny, and they be on that bullshit. They be serving us tea and they be on that bullshit, but I love them.
Yes.
So start doing it every Thursday. I'm gonna do that. It's what we're gonna call it #Tap Your Neighbor Thursday. That's what we're gonna call it.
And if you call into the show next time we're on the show, you get a free Gay XYZ t-shirt we will send to you. So call in the show next time, okay, guys?
Make sure you call them because I can even get one of those shirts, okay?
Yes.
So, but yeah, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next Thursday at our new day Thursday,
Yes.
9 p.m. Central Time. The time hasn't changed, just the day.
That's right.
Thursdays. Mark it down on your calendar, leave it in your phone,
Yes.
whatever you gotta do.
Yes.
All right, we're out of here. We will see you next Thursday.
Stay gay.
And stay gay.
Good night.
Yeah.